Hey again, welcome to Racing with Rolls. So, been playing a little bit recently, been having a lot of fun with it, kind of getting the feel of the cars and things like that. There's a lot of daily races that are going on at the moment that are pretty fun. And yeah, I've been battling for the lead. And I won't ruin kind of how this one plays out for you, but all I'm going to say is if you stay in the race to finish first, you have to finish. So today we're here in the Porsche 911. It's the Pink Pig livery, which was made famous back in ages ago with Le Mans. There was a Porsche 917 that raced in that colour, and yeah, it was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool little car, and yeah, jumped in here to the daily race. Group 3 on Gran Turismo, so that's kind of touring cars, GT3 cars, kind of things like that. So yeah, we jumped in and had a real fun one. I really didn't think anything was going to come of this one, so yeah, I'll talk you through it and I'll show you kind of how this one played out. But yeah, a lot of fun. So we jump in, so as you know, in this kind of rolling scenario, we've got this big Mercedes up in front of us, and realistically on this track, it's got a really big hairpin as you kind of come off the start-finish straight. And as with anything in online racing and real racing, I suppose, it's about keeping your nose clean. Because if you don't keep your nose clean and you don't stay in the clear, then you get some damage or you punt somebody. And in all honesty, today it started out with a couple of real bad, just kind of getting in the wrong place, not quite seeing people, things like that. So yeah, we start down here, jostling around. You see I go to the left, just kind of try and keep out of trouble, still get sandwiched in between everybody, but kind of come out of it all right. And then I'm chasing this guy up. It's a really awkward corner to the left there, very difficult to get right. Always, the car always feels off balance. But we're going, and you know, these guys are heavy on the brakes and trying not to hit anybody in this first stage of the race, honestly. Just really trying not to get in any trouble here. Come around here, I'm just giving it a rip, and I'm like, you know what? I'm enjoying the car, I'm enjoying the track. This has always been a great track as far as I'm concerned, and it's got a real nice flow through some of these corners. And so got the flow right there. Was not trying to dive down the inside of this guy, but kind of ended up. I had a couple of races earlier where I dived down the inside of somebody there, and it's kind of never on. And so we come down here to another hairpin, big on the brakes. Come down, guy goes wide. I'm at this point in time doing a cardinal sin in racing, which is watching the car in front of me rather than where I want my car to go. So I'm kind of just like eyes on his car. As you can see, I just kind of missed that corner completely. And now I've got the homie up behind me, and we're both running down here. Get on the brakes. I'm trying to give him space, Again, trying to give him space, trying not to just jostle everybody around and make it a game of bumper cars. So we come real close here. I'm behind him, I duke out. He now doesn't leave me any space. So I just go, okay, I guess I'm going across the grass. Doesn't leave me any space, don't pick up a penalty, which is pretty sweet. Come in here, big on the brakes. So left, right, very easy to get wrong, very hard to get right. And it's one of those corners that rewards you for playing a little bit safe there. And then we come around here, dive down the inside of him, get that line, and yeah, just kind of assert a little bit of dominance, I suppose, and just be like, look man, like, I'm here, you can't just like move me off the track and all that. So he's in my slipstream now, but again, a lot of corners on this Nurburgring are just stay out of trouble, like safe, calm it down, get the car stopped, get the car turned in, because you can lose so much time going wide. Again, difficult corners. You can see the guys in front of us are starting to kind of like really jostle around. And this is the part where I start to just think, okay, like, you know, everybody's here. You know, I've got everybody up to second in my view, even first going around that corner. So I come around here, and again, I'm just like, hey, play it safe, a little bit wide there. Luckily, no track limits on that corner, which thanks, Gran Turismo, that's awesome. And so I sit here and I'm like, okay, maybe I can catch these guys. Like, maybe I might be in for one of the champagne spots, you know? And so it's just about being calm in this situation and just kind of chilling and letting the guys in front do whatever they're going to do. And if that turns into an opportunity, then great. And here it is. Turns into an opportunity. I get two of those guys through there just by kind of keeping it clean. You know, they're bumping and grinding. And this corner's really difficult for me to get right. I kind of feel like I've got a little bit of a flow through there, but it seems like a lot of people are going much faster through there. So I come up here, big on the brakes, go in, nice line through there. I'm like, okay, I can see third, in the Corvette. I'm thinking maybe, just maybe. And it's rare in these races that, I really place anywhere up to the top. Total skill issue, 100% skill issue. But it's difficult, you've got to keep a really good race going on. Again, patient through here. Throw the car over that curve and try and hit that cone is kind of what you're looking for as you go through that corner. Coming up here, Corvette gets on the brakes kind of early. But again, there's a couple of corners on this that feel really awkward in this car. I just don't have the ability at this point in time to kind of get that car exactly where I want to and be really smooth through that corner, which is honestly what you need. And so, yeah, it's a bit of a difficult one, but come down here, big on the brakes into this, jump around, let the car slide a little bit, it's all good, rocking and rolling. And then, I'm looking at him, I'm chasing him down, and this point where he breaks in here, he breaks kind of early again. And at that point in time, I do think, all right, maybe I can get third, He runs a little bit wide there again, kind of no track limits, but it is what it is. I did it a lap before, so, and so we come down here, and he's braking a lot. Like, instead of like braking and changing down and rolling the car in, he's like braking a lot, this guy. So I'm thinking, you know what? I can go and maybe get this guy. And so I start kind of into here. I'm like, okay, hit the brakes, dive onto the inside a little bit early. Car kind of washes that outside, but it's all right, kept it together. And I'm not on them, but I'm close enough, and I've got enough of a gap to behind me whereby I'm not too worried about it. A little bit scruffy up that corner, but what are you going to do? Come through here, brakes again. I was watching the car in front of me rather than watching my braking point of my line. It's so easy to just kind of, in football we have a term whereby you're watching the ball rather than the man. So, you're kind of not paying attention to where somebody's coming at you. In racing, it's definitely watching the car, not the corner, because you can watch that car and you can just completely just lose your braking point. Through here, it gets a little bit scruffy. I'm scruffy, front guys are scruffy, but all three of them are kind of in a little bit of a pack. And honestly, at this point in time, in Gran Turismo races, I hate to say that I'm kind of used to watching them walk away at this point in time. Only recently have I really started playing whereby I get faster throughout the race. It used to be kind of backwards, but then these guys, I see someone's got a penalty. This Porsche tries to cane this Lexus. The Corvette and I go through. If we look behind, that Porsche and saw red and just started trying to murder people off the track. Now, I was pretty lucky insofar as I got missed by those two guys, and I'm able to just kind of scamper up the road, but it's hectic back there. So scamper up the road, and now I've only got this Corvette, and now last lap I was sitting there going, oh, maybe I can get this guy, maybe he's braking a little bit early and things like that. So I'm thinking, okay, cool, like let's game on at this point in time. I go through, and it's that 4 or 5. So I've got enough time. I know I've got to be kind of patient and just put in some good laps. I'm a little bit jerky on the entrance into that. But I come around here, get on the power, and again, these S's, this is called the Schumacher S, I believe. It's a very difficult it's a lift rather than a brake, but I was still kind of figuring that out at this point in time. I was definitely not in any way, shape or form, like nailing that line. Get in here, break it down, come in again a little bit wide, probably car watching again, and I come through here, I see him go wide. I get on the power nice and early through here, and I think, you know what, come on, like, maybe here's the win. It would be my first win on Gran Turismo in any kind of racing like this. I mean, I've won against the computer, but never won against real people. So I'm coming through here. I'm like, right, okay, that was nice. It was kind of patient. Come through here, get he brakes, like real hard, real early. I think my line is way too narrow through there. But now I'm kind of in a slipstream. So I come up, but I'm like, I don't know what I was doing there. I was probably looking at something else, but I was just kind of messing around. If I'd have got any slipstream now, I might have been a little bit closer. But here, patience is the key here. So I come in here real patient. You see, he dips a wheel and kind of goes off. And so now we're side by side. That little, I try not to take him out. I'm braking. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm trying to go around here, give him a little bit of space. still giving him a little bit of space, and then I get into the lead, and I'm like, right, okay, here we go. He got quite a nice line through there, but I park it on the apex. So I don't know if it's a little bit of a kind of wanker move, but like if somebody's got a better line through a corner than you, and you just don't stop, but you just kind of slow the car down on the apex, it stops them being able to get that run. And that was what I was really worried about him getting through that corner, because then he gets me into the next couple, and and then it's gone. So now it's really just about not shitting the bed. And so I'm coming through, and I'm like, right, just keep the car where the car needs to be. I know I'm fast at this point in time. It's the final lap, and I'm just like, right, okay, let's rock and roll at this point in time. So come up to this, he's right on me. This is the race for the lead. Again, I'm a little bit kind of park the car. This is more nerves than it is racecraft, I'll be honest with you at this point in time. So I come out here and I'm like, look, there's that one big braking zone. And he's right on me. He's right there. So he comes through, pushes, we get a little bit rubby there. I'm kind of like, rubbing's a little bit of racing there. I brake early, so I just think, you know what, I've got the line. So I get through here, get the line done. I'm kind of shuffling the car around coming out of that one. And he tries to have a look down the inside, a little bit of a touch. I kind of always have defended that line, so there was no space for him to go anyway. And then we come across, and there's the win. And I was stoked. I think you can see right now, just watching it back, I'm kind of stoked, because it is legitimately difficult to win these things. And all right, my driver rating is C. I think it goes all the way up to A+. So, yeah, I was just stoked. I was stoked about that, because I didn't shit the bed. I thought I drove a pretty good race. There was a little bit of rubbing, a little bit of hay, and I think that's something that I've got to get a little bit better at, insofar as I'm really worried in these online lobbies to like rub people and kind of really be assertive with where I put the car, because it's so easy to get it wrong. And I realized that, like, we all don't have a bunch of time to kind of play these games. So if you jump on for like an hour or something and you're just trying to get some races in, and in the first couple of corners or even in the last couple of corners, somebody like makes a move that just was never there and they spin you out and it's a nightmare, then it kind of ruins everybody's day. But on that one, little bit of rubbings racing, and got the win in the end. So that was it. The pink Porsche 911 has done it. That is the most winning car that I have, with 100% of my wins. And so yeah, that was Daily Race at Nurburgring. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you for the next one.